All right, what's up, true believers? The lights are up, engines are hot. We're about to get a little bit sweaty with some more Gran Turismo 5. This is episode number 3 in a 4-part arc on CO2 Games. My name is Agasicles Stamus, and welcome back for another episode of the Replication Anecdotes. Also from the Rounding Off Infinity Gaming channel on YouTube. I am on my next cup of coffee. I won't say how many I've had. So let's figure out what we're doing here. I want to say, I think, so I'm in the 86 GT12. I think I was knocked down 2 events in the FR challenge. Yep, so we're on Trial Mountain. One of the legacy tracks of the franchise, so one that I'm pretty familiar with. Just a name, I haven't driven it in forever. So let's go ahead and get started. We're waiting to see if anyone shows up. Let's start talking about the tech that's being used to render the live stream tonight, as I am often wont to do. So, whether you knew it or not, I am playing on the PlayStation 3 tonight. Ooh, the field has gotten quick. 300Z. Whoa. I did not expect him to brake check me like that, going in that corner. See if I can push him to the outside. There we go, up into third already. So like I said, if you didn't know, I'm playing on the PlayStation 3. If you are interested, we can talk a little bit later about how that's possible. More specifically, we can not talk about it, but at any rate, I have concocted my special blend that has allowed that to be possible. No, you don't, Robinson Crusoe. Dang it. Every once in a while, I'm reaching too low when I mean to grab L1. Hold it together, no! Camaro. Used to be one of my favorite rides in this game. In this game, you can get particularly punished for taking a turn too wide, as I just did. Now that Camaro's got a good chunk of horsepower, but blast it. But he should not be able to corner as well as I can. I'm doing a little tad bit of trail braking here to keep the car copacetic in these turns. For the higher speed ones anyway. So yes, I'm playing on the PlayStation 3. This is a later model in the manufacturing year run to the PlayStation 3. I'm not sure exactly what year. I do know, or what model. I do know it is about 8 or 9 years old. So this was the second unit I bought. I had a launch window unit that I got. So the PlayStation 3 launched in October of 2006. I was able to get my hands on one by November. And that was my original 20 gigabyte unit that had the hardware backwards compatibility, which I use to continue to play some of my PlayStation 2 games. But when I upgraded to console generation 8 with the Xbox One, and I hate that I'm going to have to come around there and nail this turn a third time, because I'm coming in hot and barely holding it together. Got a pretty good lead on everyone. If I maintain this significant of a lead, I'm going to switch to the interior view. Camaro's making a run. I am on lap 3, so let's go ahead and switch it. So I think this was the second model of the production years. It's not a I don't think it's technically a PS3 Slim. I think it's the model that came before the Slim. But I had that original 20 gig unit. And when I upgraded to console generation 8 and got a hold of a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, I was like, well, there's no point in me keeping both of these PlayStation 3s, but I do want to keep one. So given that I was afraid that the launch window one would be the one that would eventually fail if I kept that one, I wound up getting rid of that one and holding on to this one. I forget what size hard drive is in this one, but I've obviously upgraded it from whatever the 120 gig one was. Yeah, I'm taking it uber cautious on this final lap around that particular S-curve. There's no point in throwing the car into the berm. And I really like this track and the elevation changes. I've got no one on. Yeah, pretty good lead. Way to run it! And that will give me the series championship, so it should be a nice chunk of change. So I should get that $8 grand. There should be another championship kicker too, I would think. I may not get that rewarded until I exit the race. Huh. Nope, I apparently didn't get any additional kicker for that. Now, let's see. So I think I have to come back around to the FF Challenge. If I'm not mistaken, I shouldn't be able to get right in this car. So that's going to be the Vitz again. So I'm going to do that by manually going back to the garage, because I do also want the opportunity to take the Vitz over to the tune-up shop. See if there's any additional... Oh, no, here comes the extra reward. FT86 Concept 09. Okay, so that was the problem the last time. Because I was a little angry last time that I claimed a car and then went into the garage and did an upgrade, thinking I was in the old car, in the original car. I had just left the Racin, to find out that I had actually swapped into the newly delivered car. And that question that it asked you was why. I thought that question was just, do you want to have this car delivered now? It's actually, do you want to get in it? Okay, so I need to drive a front-wheel drive FT86.9. So no, that's a front-wheel drive rear engine car. And I need a front. So we're not going to get in the car. We're going to go get in the... Well... So I need to revisit... what I want to do for progression here. $220K. So I guess that's where I'm going to try and earn my way to. So I'm going to save my earnings from each race. Hey, what's up, Paperclip? Man, thanks so much for swinging by. We'll give you your own personal soundboard for making your way here. Honk that bike horn for you. How you doing tonight, man? Now, it's still pretty late for you where you are too, man. So I know it's 11 o'clock. So what am I doing here? I'm going to go to that event. Verify that I can run it. Now, here's my problem. So I know I want to save my little money from each event, but the problem is, I like the honk. I'm good. It's midnight here in Michigan. Right. Okay, I keep thinking you're on Central Time, but you're actually still on Eastern. So, yes, it is midnight here, too. I'm going to make an attempt to push to 1 o'clock, maybe a little bit after. Not that that's prudent, but I'll be heading to bed in about 20 minutes. All right, well, thanks so much, man, for swinging by for your wind down part of your evening. So I was not able to gold that front-wheel drive front engine challenge with the VITs equipped as it was, so I think I'm going to have to spend some money to do some upgrades. and then I may have to start my 220k saving binge thereafter. So how was your day today, man? Okay, purchase that. I really enjoyed this game. I probably played 800 hours on it. Yeah, I played a chunk of time too, and then I just put it away and haven't revisited it for quite some time. You know, I don't know, for me, I don't know. I've felt for quite some time that the Gran Turismo series was kind of falling off from the peak of its heyday. My day was good, normal work, dentist appointment, dinner with family, study for MBA class, wind down. Oh, very cool, man. Where are you, so how much longer do you have in your MBA? So I did a financial management degree for my first master's, so it's basically this exact same coursework you were taking. It's just your marketing classes that you would take. I took accounting classes in lieu of marketing. So Paperclip says, I'm going to Walsh College. I have about 3 years to go. I just started last year with some time off in between. Roger that. Sport, semi-racing, or titanium. Huh. So it looks like in here there's no selling the parts back. I can't remember what racing game. Maybe Project Cars, maybe Forza. As you upgrade pieces, you can actually sell pieces back. I thought it was Gran Turismo, but maybe not. So still got a little cheddar. Let's see if we can find something worthwhile to buy. I'm not a huge racing gamer, but I really enjoy this game a lot more than any other racing game. Do you own a PS4? I do. Yeah, I do own a PlayStation 4. But when I made the upgrade to console generation 8, I really felt like there were a lot of games on PlayStation 3 that I hadn't played enough of, and I still wanted to play them. So this is the first generation that I've ever kept the previous generation's console around. And so yeah, it's been part of my rotation. I periodically come back to games on the PlayStation 3. So yeah, you mentioned that you're a PlayStation guy, own a PS3, PS4 Pro. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, and I have a PS3, a PS4, what I call a PS4 OG, and then a PS4 Pro. So I'm still in search of like a $1,300 upgrade or less. Sports flywheel. Yeah, and I'm a diehard racing genre fan. I typically on my YouTube channel, at least last year, you know, like 50% of the videos that I had uploaded were of me playing racing games. So it's definitely one of my staple foods, so to speak, of my gaming diet. So same. PS3 is the only previous gen console I've kept as well. Currently, I'm playing Destiny 2 on PlayStation 4 and Hitman Absolution on PlayStation 3. And yeah, I go back and revisit Destiny 2 every now and again, pretty regularly, actually. typically tend to not go that long before I go back and re-engage with that game. Alright, so I did the tuning and all the upgrades, so let's get back to the championship. But I have not golded. FF. Okay, man, I'm a complete idiot. So I just spent all that money upgrading the 86 GT12. It's actually the flippin' Vits that I need to upgrade. And I've done everything in the beginner series that there is to do that I can access and that I have a car for now. So I'm actually going to have to grind for cash because I wasn't paying attention. So can I race? Yeah, fortunately I can race the 86 GT12 in the Clubman Cup, so that's good to go. So, Paperclip, do you play any other like looter shooter games as a service or open world kind of games along the lines of Destiny 2? And are you excited about Borderlands 3 coming out this year? Game has some rough loading times. I have both of the other Borderlands games, but sadly, I'm sorry. I guess I did a rolling start at Tsukuma. Managing views when I need to often be in the in-car view at the end of a race, but then wanting to be in this swing cam view at the start of a race is always a pain to imagine. So fortunately, I had a little bit of an error there at the start of this race, but looks to be not something that's necessarily irrecoverable. At Paperclip, I would do my best to keep up with chat while I'm racing, obviously. That creates a bit of a challenge. Taking my eyes off the road. So this should be a good straightaway. We'll hold off. I own both of the other Borderland games, but sadly I never had time to play them. Guess I'm excited to see what Borderlands 3 comes up with. Games as a service, I've enjoyed The Division as well. I expect I'll get Division 2 by the end of the year. We'll see. I don't have a ton of time to play games. I don't want to buy a bunch of them. Yeah, that is a pain that I suffered as well. Well, that I suffered my second time through grad school. The first time I was full time, so I actually really dove even deeper on gaming during that time. It's really when I went back to PC gaming. And actually, I didn't play much on console during that time. I had a Dreamcast. I showed up at school that time with a original PlayStation 1, and then got rid of it while I was there, thinking I was getting out of console games forever because I had returned to PC games, but in a much more robust way than I had the first time that I'd gotten into PC games, and I convinced myself that I was not going to go back to consoles. But then the Dreamcast dropped later during my time there, and I did pick up the Dreamcast. No worries, I'm just watching you play, so I'm good. Yeah, and I mean, I've heard good things about the Division 2. It looks like popular opinion is that it plays best on PC. I have not gotten it yet. It's just one of those games that I don't know if other games dropping after it will supersede my desire and move those games up higher in my queue. I know just recently Trials Fusion was getting better reviews than The Division 2, so that's what I wound up ordering for today's new game day purchase. Still got a good healthy lead. This is 5 laps though. Plenty of time to screw things up, which I find is more typically what happens to me. I think this is, with all things I have, I hit limits where I'm willing to like pay attention, and I think for this game where, you know, it's not quite really real world physics, I'm hoping that events stay complicated enough or interesting enough to let me stay awake and pay attention to what's going on. But yeah, when I was in grad school the second time, so if you're working and doing your MBA, it's a similar scenario. I made a very purposeful change in how I gamed because I felt like that's what I would have to do. I played a ton of mobile games because what I would do is like I'd be studying at night, and then for my study break, I would just reach over and grab my iPad or whatever and play like 15 to 30 minutes of a game on mobile. I mean, I got into some other things too, but that was primarily what I did. The other thing that I did is I played a lot of games like this because right when I became super acute on while I was in grad school the second time was that, hey, if I have a limited amount of time to game, like if I only can squeeze in like 30 minutes to an hour of gaming, as opposed to what my previous log times would be for the amount of gaming that I did, I was like, that time has to be spent in a game where I am knowingly going to make some progress, right? So I didn't like playing like a lot of third-party games, like third-person games like Infamous or things of that nature, Watch Dogs, right? Because I'm like, well, if I spend 30 minutes in this game or an hour in this game, I might progress. There's a good chance I might not. There's a chance that I'll just like wind up replaying a certain mission over and over again because I'm trying to successfully complete it, right? Or that I trigger or wind up caught up in some event or whatever, and so what I wound up playing a lot in that second time through grad school is I played a lot of driving games and first-person shooters, things that I was like, okay, for an hour length of time in here, I know that I'm going to progress the story. I just didn't really spend a lot of time in games where like that was highly questionable about how far I was going to progress in the game. So that's how I managed my gaming time in grad school. Or one of the things I'm worried about is if these are longer tracks, longer events, with where I am on sleep, I don't know. I don't know that I don't know that I'm going to stick with the 5-lap race. I might start to fall off and not be able to focus after like the 3rd lap or so. I had a screaming little one. I had to step away for a few minutes. What driving games have you played? Man, so on PlayStation, so I have Gran Turismo 5 and Gran Turismo 6 on the PlayStation 3. On PlayStation 4, I have Drive Club. And Project Cars 2, I think, on PlayStation 4. Yeah, Project Cars 2. Need for Speed. I guess it must be Need for Speed Rivals, which I actually really like. Yeah, but pretty much if there's a driving game and it's good, generally I will have played it. I pretty much don't pass up on driving games that actually are good. But I try not to spend a lot of time playing like mediocre driving games or ones that are not so good. So for instance, like I haven't played The Crew, and I probably won't. Right, because I have too many, blasted. Because I have time that I still need to spend grinding in, the various iterations of Forza Motorsport on Xbox and Forza Horizon on Xbox. As well as, some racing games on PlayStation 4, like I mentioned. This is just the first lap? Man, that's some trash. What the flock? Well, at least, okay, so it's 3 laps. Not 5. 5 laps of this, I think I would have definitely been in trouble. And not able to focus all the way through. And even as this one is, I may have to... Yeah, I didn't realize this was going to be a 180-degree turn back onto the starting straight. Field is well and clear behind me. I think this is the starting straight. Yeah, okay, lap 2 of 3. Let's see. So here, Paperclip says, yes, I like Drive Club as well. Drive Club is being, delisted in August when the servers will be shut down for online play in March 2020. Have you played the Need for Speed games? I enjoyed Hot Pursuit that came out in 2010 on PS3. I also own Grid 2 and Grid Autosport. Yeah, so let's see. So it's a lot of questions. Let me try and keep them all straight. Yeah, so yes, I have played Grid 2, and Grid Autosport, or whatever it's called. Basically, what is Grid 5. And I've played them on multiple platforms, so I know I played original Grid on Xbox 360, I believe. I also have it on PC, and it's one of those driving games that I constantly go back to. That and Gran Turismo. That and Grid 2 on PC. I don't know if I ever got Grid 2 on consoles, but I definitely have it on PC. And I think I was mentioning in my monologue before you joined the stream, one of the things that I do like about the Grid series is they were one of the first series where you could actually see the AI making errors when you'd be going around the track with them. So in Grid, AI cars will from time to time go wide on a turn and wind up in the grass. They're not infallible, which I really appreciate in that game's design. Let's see. And yes, I knew about Drive Club server shutting down, so that's quite unfortunate. And so I have played the Need for Speed games. I have 644 games between PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. Most of those games have been free since I've been a PS Plus member. I like that Grid has AI that acts like a human counterpart. Yeah. So I have played basically all of the Need for Speed games except the one that just came out last year. The one that I think was just called Need for Speed. But was designed as an open world online game. So yeah, I wasn't really up for that. But I started with the Need for Speed franchise on PC, where it originated, and so definitely played Need for Speed. Uh, Need for Speed 2, I think it was. Um, I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 that was called Need for Speed High Stakes. And then there was Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed, which basically had you drive all of the cars ever made by Porsche throughout its history, which was pretty cool. And then I made the leap to consoles and played things like Need for Speed Underground, Need for Speed Underground 2. As you mentioned, I just now I played the original Need for Speed Hot Pursuit on PC, but then and then I also played it when it came to console. And I specifically played Need for Speed 3 on PlayStation 3. So I had a couple of buddies who, given their family life and their responsibilities and stuff, what they would do is they could wake up and game early on Saturday mornings, and so we would play Need for Speed Hot Pursuit at like 4:30, 5:30 in the morning on Saturdays, so they could get that game time in, before their families woke up. So yes, I have a very long history with Need for Speed, and I want to say I've played every iteration. I think my favorite was Need for Speed, the first Need for Speed Most Wanted on PC. I have not been as much of a fan, really, since Criterion took the series over. Let's see. Yeah, Need for Speed Reboot came out in 2015. Then Need for Speed Payback came out in 2017. Yeah, so I wasn't particularly interested in either one of those. So I have not played either of those two iterations of Need for Speed. I mean, what I would really love next is, I'm even fine. Trying to articulate what I'm thinking. I'm even fine if they do open world. Like Need for Speed Rivals, I actually really liked, and one of the aspects I loved of it was when you play the cop, how other gamers online in real time, if they as you cross into their vicinity, right, you'll get an actual radio call that will say, police cruiser engaged, with whatever. So it makes it a little more immersive to me. Okay, there's a new Need for Speed game coming in fall 2019 confirmed by EA. Yeah, that's good. I mean, they've been trying to convert EA to another one of these annual release studios. And I kind of have been surprised that they haven't bought somebody like the Project Cars guys to so that they could start doing Need for Speeds like every alternating year. What is going on here? I guess I didn't realize it needed me to push the button to go through. Cape Ring Periphery. Was it taking me right into a rolling start? I thought I just... Yeah, I guess I wasn't paying attention. Oh, it's not going to be good. I'm going to restart that. Oh, boy. Oh, no. It's a freaking championship. I didn't realize it was championship. I think I've totally screwed. Yeah. In championship, if you leave, you have to start the whole... What? Maybe I'm sleepier than I thought. So do you know what that Need for Speed game is about? That's so weird to me. Now I gotta go back and run that 5-lap race again and try to stay awake all the way through. Oh, man. So now, Paperclip, do you have anything like the... do you have a PlayStation Portable or the PlayStation Vita? Have you played Sony's portable platforms as well? Well, my friend, I'm heading to bed. I'll catch up with you later this week. Great talking to you. You're a cool guy to chat with. Thanks so much, man. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, and I appreciate you stopping through. I know it's not any small sacrifice to swing through when you're about to hit the pit for the night, so I do appreciate it that much more. I wish the best of luck to you and hope that you get the rest that you need and are able to have a safe and productive day tomorrow. Up into 4th. Yeah, you are too, man. I appreciate our conversations as well. Ugh. Come on, dude. Oh, that's me not paying attention. As I was looking in the rearview mirror as I was just about to enter that turn. No Vita or PSP. Okay, roger that, man. Alright. 5 laps. I forgot. Trying to catch the stinking Chrysler. I think that's what it is. Not really absolutely positive. Third lap. The problem here is I would definitely start driving a lot more conservatively here. But with this guy right on my tail, I don't think that's going to be feasible. When I say conservatively, I would start kind of trying to spare my tires a little bit so they don't completely scuff off here in the waning laps of the race. I don't know how long this medium is hard. I think I'm actually on the hard compound. So either that's true or I just am phased out because of how late it is. So as I was doing before Paperclip came in, we'll start running through the tech that's being used to render the live stream tonight, so we've talked about the TV and capture card. For a webcam tonight, I'm using the Razer Kaio HD webcam with integrated ring light. Man, still fighting off the sleep. I am absolutely certain that that's going to lead to some... Well, I shouldn't say that. Okay, so this is the final lap of this beast of a course. Alright, so the nearest guy is way far back, so I don't feel the need to push super hard right through here. Gosh, how did I ever catch up? I think on the straightaway is where I'm going to really make my breakaway, though. That should do it. All right. From 5th to podium finish. Very cool. Oh boy. So is this the next series? Oh man. I mean, of course they would do it while I was trying to drink coffee, so I missed the rolling start. Great, thanks a lot. Oh man, everybody's at the horsepower now. Ooh. Wasn't intentional, but then I kind of felt like it was kind of sort of on purpose. Oh boy. Stupid. I wasn't paying attention to the red line. Wow, I think that was definitely my first drift in the game. Wall bounce. A staple of any long-term player of the Gran Turismo series. Man, I feel like I shouldn't be having this problem. with this guy. Alright, so I got my 5th place back. Man, I seem to not remember putting in this much time, distance, or effort playing this track. Or maybe this was actually the track that I needed to come back and start over, redo. No, don't get in front of me like that. In fact, I know that's exactly what he's supposed to do, just fend me off while I'm making a run like that. 2nd, 3rd. Oh, that's not good. That was not good. Did not pay attention. Ugh. Barely averted, just plowing full speed into that wall. Yeah, part of what's happening is my mind is completely blanking on those blasted racing lines. I'm just not paying attention to them. Because normally, when I've been trying to figure out where in the menu to go to do this, or not have them on. Ah, come on. I'm in 3rd, I need to push this. And admittedly, had I not made some of the mistakes that I'd made, I'd already be up in 1st. But that is definitely spilled milk. Car gets really unstable flying into that ass full speed. Yeah, this one that's tough. It's so dependent upon just raw horsepower. Now that being said, I don't necessarily have to finish 1st every single race to get the very fortunate I held it together through there. Man, I just seem to not be able to catch these guys. Nope, this might be it. That's maybe what I needed, was I needed a very long run down the straight where I have this overall speed advantage. Oh, where's the red marker? Car's on. Boy. Alright. Well, at this point, what I'm thinking is that I'm definitely probably not going to push past Whew, narrowly averted disaster. Okay, I staved off. Alright, this is the final lap. Hopefully we'll be wrapping things up here. It's definitely a test of wills. Now, of course... Okay, whew. Glad that was the finish. I was just about to say, I've got nobody to pay attention to as they swim through the turns. So I'm totally exposed on the... from at the front of the formation to, you know, what happens when the road takes a Laguna Seca shift or whatever. Alright. Wow. Yeah, I didn't mean to. And we'll come back to this. Did I do it again? Alright. So I've got 40 grand, so it's unfortunate. So I could progress further in that secondary series, but I really want to go back to the original series just as a matter of organization and hammer out these ones that I've missed. But now in order to do that, I gotta... Ew. Okay, so I have a new card being delivered. Oh boy. Civic SI. What? Yeah. No, I didn't mean to get into that. Okay. All right. Oh man, I'm really addle-brained. So let's go back and look at A-Spec and think through what I need to do. So let's see what the lightweight K cup is. If I play that. Okay, nope, I am not in the right car for that. Now I don't want to go in the race. So I think I'm not going to push it too far past 1 o'clock, so this is kind of going to be a short or duration stream. I'm probably going to strive to wrap things up by 1. trying to think what I want to do about this economic model. I'm really even struggling a little bit with what I want to play, given what's available in the A Club. And somehow World Compact has a gold trophy already. Wait. So no. Right. I'm back in A-Spec. Boy. I'm trying to find one more race that I can get into before I need to wind things down. Oh, boy. Oh, snap. What? I don't even know what's going on right now. I just need time to think and reason through this whole thing. And make sure I focus on picking an activity that's going to be worthwhile. Okay. Beginner series. I think the problem is that I need to actually go get in a different car. Yeah, I think this is one of the things I found frustrating, is that to go swap cars, got to go back to the garage and swap them. Okay, so yeah. So to get back with my own paradigm of how I pick this stuff. Yeah, none of that's working. It's kind of the way that I progress is slightly different from the... Let's see. Yeah, that's right. My point was actually, while we're here, okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the Mugen. So I'm already in that car. So I just need to go to tuning. Alright. So I'm in the Mugen now. So all three of these are three things that can't be right. So expensive. Alright, so I got 20 grand left. So all I may wind up getting done is settling some things out here. Cannot be added to your current car. Oh, that's right, because this is the race spec one. Can't do that. Ugh. Yeah, so I'm probably going to need to already have that, right? This is the Mugen. So I feel like all these are things that it won't let me install on the car if they've got the orange pip. Oh boy. Right, so nothing else from body chassis. That would do me neat, but I can. Alright. Well, we definitely want to get the engine repaired before we start investing money in improving its performance. Cannot be installed on your current car. No. So I'm going to have to go out and swap vehicles. Well, look, I am finding an extreme amount of exhaustion and kind of spacing out on exactly what I need to do. I'm not able to think straight enough to stay awake. Intake system. It can't be installed in your current car. Why does this exhaust have a... Oh, and do I already have the titanium racing exhaust? This car already has this part, okay. Alright, and those are two parts that you can't buy. So, cannot buy the turbo kit. Alright, so can't buy that kit either. Or you can buy the set of fully customizable springs. That was just simple plug and play, so. Yeah, that's where it just was. Okay, suspension. Or you can pay 15 grand for the customizable kit. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to come back and think about tire compound. I don't know. Well, look, thanks so much for everybody who happened to join the live stream. Thanks so much if you're watching the archive version of this video on YouTube. If you are, please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can automatically be notified whenever I update the schedule that's on the main page. So I will be on tonight/tomorrow night playing one more session of Gran Turismo. So again, thanks so much for anybody who jumped in the live stream tonight. I definitely appreciate you. That is going to do it for me. I am out of here.